So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Sun and Saturn conjunction in the fourth house. The reason why I'm laughing because this is the fourth time I'm trying to film this video. Something just went wrong, one after the other. So anyway, fourth house, Sun and Saturn conjunction. And as always, we do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where I also do my weekly podcasts there. So yeah, of course, Mercury is retrograde, so it is going to have fun with us. That's fine, as long as you laugh when it's having fun with you. So anyway, let's start with this video. So what is the fourth house? Fourth house is the house of the mother. It's a house of your peace, your happiness, your comfort. It also represents the fixed assets that come in your life, like vehicles, land, real estate dwellings. Okay. So everything related to the home becomes important here. So one thing to notice always with Sun and Saturn, just like with even sometimes you will see this with Sun and Saturn too, or Saturn and Mars, is that you have to look at the degrees. Whoever holds the lowest degree in this, you'll feel more effects of that planet. So that's one thing, But one thing we also need to understand is that fourth house is the seat of power. Okay, it's like literally the political throne that one gets through the admiration of the people of the homeland. So here, the first thing you will see is that this person will be extremely dedicated to their home. No matter if they are the king in the home or the servant, they're dedicated to it. And especially when Sun has a lower degree, these people will be quietly working no matter what tension is in the home, what stress is within the home. They know they have to work, they have to provide. But on the other hand, you will also see Saturn ruling the lower degree. Mother will always deal with issues of either the bone structure or joints. Like especially, how some women till the age of 80, 90 are completely, just robust and doing all kinds of activity in the home. With this particular placement, you will see that mother has quicker aging than, normally you would see. And I actually even know certain aunts in my own home or in my own, relatives that have this conjunction. I remember even when they were 48, 45, I remember my aunt used to come upstairs and she had to take that, for asthma, that spray thing, I don't know what you call that. Because I remember she used to have 2 or 3 in her purse. And because I didn't know what her age was at that time. This was 20 years ago. No, not even 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And at that time she was 45, and 45, you're young. But so once I kind of looked at the chart of my cousin, the one, he was the son of my aunt, and I saw Sun and Saturn conjunct in the fourth house. And that's when I'm like, oh, this is why she dealt with that particular things. But also at the same time, Sun and Saturn are arch enemies. They might be, relatively father and son, but still, the king is like the king and the public. And especially now, if you look, there's always tug of war, between the highest authority and the people. And so this will cause definite, power battles. But one thing you got to understand, regardless of what degree Sun and Saturn is that one should not boast about their wealth. You need to be as humble as possible with this particular position. The other thing we also see is that after the age of 33, the person's career rises. may even attain a home. And like I said, wherever the sign of Capricorn is, even if these are sitting in the sign of Capricorn, you will have to make a sacrifice on behalf of this house due to the Capricorn sign. So, on behalf of the mother and the home, you will, let's say, have to sacrifice something related to a foreign trip, career, marriage, children, earnings, debts. So, there will have to be a sacrifice that will be made. On the other hand, one good thing about this particular placement is no matter how many rivals or obstacles this person has, they will get rid of their enemies and debts as well. They can have the biggest debts somehow, some way. They will find a way to pay those debts off. Now, one thing I have seen in my experience, Sun and Saturn in the fourth house does actually take a person to foreign places, foreign lands, or at least 500 miles away from where they were born. So let's say somebody is born in, Punjab or New Delhi, they might be in Mumbai, they might be in Bangalore, or they could just be in a foreign place. Now, especially if this isn't a fixed sign, in rare cases, I've seen that also going into foreign places. But again, I mean, this is when I've seen other combinations of foreign places, and this conjunction was there, definitely showed that one found more fame and more, what do you call, favor from the government, from foreign places or related to foreign things, even if they're in their homeland. And especially, this is a person who matured very early. This is a person who grew up very early because of the responsibility on their shoulder. And usually, of course, we're not living in, 15th or 14th century. We're more living in the 21st century now. But before, a person used to get a lot of, what do you call, farmlands. Person used to attain ancestral farmland, cattles. But what happens now, as much as this can give fixed asset to an individual, it will give with major responsibility. Like where a person will be like, why do I even have this? Like you get some ancestral fixed asset, but you are the one who has to pay taxes on them. You are the one who has to take care of something that has happened with the zoning, and now you have to pay and take care of it because apparently they left it to you. So responsibility definitely comes into play with this conjunction. But as far as like fights are concerned, arguments are concerned, they definitely do happen. But if Sun has lower degrees, this person will try to avoid the fight. They'll be like, okay, fine, you're right, I'm going to do this. But if Saturn has a lower degree, this person will rebel. They will be quite rebellious towards their decisions, what they want to do, and that's where butting heads will happen. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Sun and Saturn conjunction in the fourth house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Sun and Saturn are placed, all the astrological details for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.